Hey there, Internet fam. If you're leading a fast-growing B2B tech company and want to boost your online sales opportunities from your website, then this video is for you. Today, we're going to explore some awesome strategies that'll take the value of your web presence to new heights. So let's get started. Now, all three of the ways that I'm going to explain for you to increase your website sales opportunities comes down to you getting more relevant traffic to your website. And just as a heads up, we're going back to the basics because, hey, even the pros stick to the fundamentals. Tip 1, increasing high quality traffic volume strategy. All right, first things first, let's talk about getting more of the right people to visit your website. It's not just about how many visitors, we want the ones who really matter. How do we do that? We can use inbound marketing methods like SEO for organic promotion and intent-based PPC to drive relevant traffic. These are smart ways to make sure people that are looking for what you have to offer find your website. In the B2B world, the best PPC traffic options are Google, the Gartner Network, which includes Capterra, and finally, G2. The Gartner Network and G2 specifically offer B2B buyer traffic because only a certain type of internet user will use these websites, users that are researching product solutions. Gartner and G2 should be included in your search engine marketing plans because these websites now both have the Amazon effect, meaning they rank organically at the top of Google for all of the product-based keywords your solution more than likely offers. Now, this isn't a bad thing. It just means that you'll have to ensure your SEO strategy covers the major informational gaps that have been left open for ranking opportunities. As a search query refresher, here are 4 keyword search categories that users search for based on what stage of the buying process they're in: informational, instructional, comparison, and conversion. Your best bet will be to do competitive intelligence through SEMrush or SimilarWeb to see what your competitors are ranking for and spending their PPC dollars on. This will be the #1 factor in you finding out where your market hangs out online based on what your competitors are spending their marketing dollars on. Now let's kick things up with account-based marketing, or ABM for short. Now, ABM allows you to hyper-target different roles and functions within your list of key prospects and their organizations, ensuring that your content reaches the right buying committees. This ability to hyper-target different roles and functions is a major benefit to the approach of only advertising to target accounts. It helps us as advertisers reduce wasted ad spend and helps saturate the right buying centers with your tailored messaging. It's similar to spearfishing, but from a digital ads perspective. If you use an ABM platform, you can target buying committees from your target accounts based on underlying intent signals that prospects within your target companies have displayed. These intent signals are based on their web activities. The main goal with increasing website traffic is to increase conversions by offering highly relevant content to the traffic that you're targeting. The big win here is that you don't just get more people visiting, you get more of the right people. This might mean a bit less traffic overall, but hey, it's all about quality over quantity. And the best part, you don't need super fancy tech for this. Some smart AI tools can provide personalized experiences on your website for each visitor. This doesn't have to be a heavy technology uplift because certain tools allow for personalized web experiences depending on how much data the tool can generate from each website traffic segment. And remember, quality is king. So engage your audience with content that truly resonates. Having high quality content that answers all of the most common objections and questions that your ideal customer profile has will put you light years ahead of your competitors. And now for the tactics of increasing quality traffic volume. Tactical steps for boosting B2B website sales opportunities. Optimize your target audience. First, get to know your dream customers. What do they like? What are they searching for online? Use tools like Google Keyword Planner, SEMrush, and SimilarWeb to find the right words that'll bring them to your website. And it's even better if you already use an ABM platform like Demandbase. Then set up ads that call out your ideal customer profile with your PPC platform of choice. You'll want to use the keyword sets from your research in your advertising efforts on these PPC platforms. Google is the most common PPC platform. Create tailored content. Next up, create content that's like a friendly chat with your audience segments. Think of helpful blog posts, easy guides, or informational videos. Your blog strategy should be inspired by what your market already searches for. You get ideas on content based on competitive research and trending industry news. Use website builders like Wix or WordPress to make easy to navigate landing pages that show off your specific content, but always place a pixel on your website or in your tag manager so you can track the traffic that goes to your landing pages and retarget this traffic to send them back to your main website. Engage and analyze. And don't forget to hang out where your audience is, like on social media. Share your content there and talk with them and invite them over to your website. If you're a B2B company, your audience is more than likely on LinkedIn. And to be able to see how well we're doing, you can use the LinkedIn Insights feature to see analytics, as well as use Google Analytics for your website. So Google Analytics can act as your scoreboard, showing you what's a hit and what might need a bit of tweaking. A tip here is typically with ABM, you don't need that much traffic to make an effective digital ad campaign because you're only targeting specific buying committees. So don't get caught up in low traffic numbers if you're working with a low budget. As long as the traffic is targeted on who you want to reach and the engagement of the traffic is high while on your website, you'll be on your way to having more qualified sales opportunities. You'll want to use personalized content to solve narrow market segment problems. The traffic that hits your landing pages are real people and not just numbers. So every engagement activity you receive is a great chance for you to use your go-to-market team to conduct one-to-one or one-to-few reach outs. If you need tool recommendations, then here you go. For SEO and PPC research, you can use Google Keyword Planner, SEMrush. For ABM, you can use LinkedIn Sales Navigator, HubSpot, Demandbase, or Terminus. For landing pages, you can use Unbounce or Lead Pages. For analytics and personalization, you can use Optimizely, Adobe Target, or Google Analytics. And for overall marketing and customer management, you can use HubSpot or Salesforce. Tip number 2, lowering cost per visitor, the strategy. Next, we'll talk about lowering the cost per visitor. Efficient ad spending is key here. It's all about being smart with your advertising dollars. We're focusing on account-based marketing or ABM in this section. And with ABM, we're targeting exactly who we want to reach the site. If you want to learn more about account-based marketing, I'll have a separate link in the description, but here's the deal. By picking the right people to show your ads to, you can actually spend less, but make a bigger impact. I'm talking about honing in on your ideal customer profile. Imagine showing your ads only to folks who are most likely to love what you do. That's what ABM does. Now, there are a few things to keep your eye on when measuring your cost per visitor over time. Number 1 is cost per click, or CPC. This is how much you're paying every time someone clicks on your ads. Number 2 is click-through rate. This tells you what percentage of people are actually clicking your ads. Higher means your ads are a hit in most cases. Number 3, conversion rate. How many visitors are doing what you want them to do, like booking a demo or signing up. Number 4, bounce rate. This one is about how many people leave your site quickly. We want this low so they stick around longer. And number 5 is quality score. And this is specific to Google Ads. But this is like a report card for your ads, keywords, and landing pages. By keeping an eye on these metrics and tailoring your approach to the specific needs of your audience, you can attract the right people without breaking the bank. Moving back to lowering the cost per visitor, this is where your ad spend needs to be efficient as possible. For high growth, small to mid-sized B2B tech companies, a strategic shift towards account-based marketing can greatly optimize ad spend and lower the cost per visitor. ABM's highly targeted approach allows companies to focus on engaging specific accounts. So let's dive a bit deeper into ABM. You don't need fancy tech to start, just a list of 50 to 200 accounts that are your main focus. If you're familiar with the term Dream 100, then ABM is basically that, just with a different spin on the approach. Now, ABM is a game changer for companies with unique products or services. It means your messages hit home with the right people, and you're not just shouting into the void. Plus, it's a way to be more efficient than trying to appeal to everyone. In comparison, using just a broad lead generation approach might get you lots of attention, but not all of it is useful. Lead generation is similar to casting a wide net and catching a lot of stuff that you don't need. Lead generation often targets a broader audience, which may not align with the specialized nature of your B2B products and services that are offered by your company. So with traditional lead gen, you increase the reach of impressions, but you also decrease the effectiveness of your outreach methods because lead generation requires volume to work. Now for the tactics of lowering your cost per visitor. For some practical steps, here's how to make ABM work for you. Pick your VIP accounts. Start with a list of top accounts that you really want to win over. Think of it as your dream team of customers. Accounts is just another word for companies. In each company, there's a buying center that you want to focus your outreach efforts on. Tools for ABM include LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which is perfect for finding and understanding these key accounts. HubSpot is also a great tool for managing your ABM campaigns. Make your ads shine. So you want to work on making your ads really appealing and relevant to these top accounts. Keep an eye on how much you're spending per click and how many people are clicking. Tools for ads. Google Ads and LinkedIn sponsored content are your go-to for managing and optimizing these campaigns. If you're using an ABM platform like Demandbase or Terminus, they both offer ad reporting also. Boost your website appeal. Make sure your website is super engaging and speaks directly to these VIP accounts. And tip 3, raising value per visitor. Now let's talk about making each visitor to your website super valuable. This is where we want to get smart about turning visitors into customers, and every little change can make a big difference. One awesome way to do this for B2B companies is through webinars and online events. Online webinars or videos have the ability to give your audience really useful tips and insights that they can actually use. This not only shows off your expertise, but also builds trust. Attendees really appreciate this because they're vouching for your online content with their attention. Now, for tiering off your top accounts. To effectively structure an ABM play, B2B companies should begin by tiering off their top accounts based on the company's goals, potential revenue, strategic importance, and a fit with the company's ideal customer profile. Picture your potential clients as a pyramid. Tier 1 is high-value strategic accounts. Tier 2 is mid-value growth potential accounts. And Tier 3 is lower value potential future accounts. Each tier requires a tailored approach, with Tier 1 accounts receiving the highest level of personalized attention and resources. By tiering off your top accounts, you can allocate company resources effectively and prioritize your company's efforts towards engaging and nurturing these high-value accounts that are the most likely to drive larger deal sizes and long-term partnerships. Now, we want to be really strategic when we tier out our accounts because in the world of enterprise sales, not only are the average contract values usually above 6 figures, but they're also long-term, which can be a great future revenue stream for your company. Measuring accounts reach with engagement. But how do you know if you're doing well? You measure it. Keep track of things like how many of your dream clients are showing interest, website visitor lift, and lift basically just means how many of your target accounts have interacted with your website versus the baseline period of when you didn't advertise to these accounts, how many meetings you're booking, and how quickly they're responding to your campaigns. This helps you see if you're on the right track and if you need to make any changes. Now, the golden metric for measuring account engagement will be your funnel velocity. Funnel velocity just means how fast are your target accounts moving down your buyer journey. So when is the lead generation approach justified? Now, ABM is cool for targeting those top tier accounts, but sometimes you might want to spread your net a bit wider. This is where a lead generation approach comes in handy. It's great for reaching more people, especially if what you're offering has a broader appeal or if you're looking to get a lot of leads to nurture. Think of it as casting a wider net to catch more fish. Ultimately, I would say if your average selling price is lower than $25,000 annually and you aren't dealing with a large buying committee of over 4 decision makers across different roles, then you should be okay to use the lead generation approach. Additionally, in situations where the target audience is not well defined, a lead generation approach may be more suitable. Lead generation is most effective for targeting smaller to mid-sized companies that are more likely to urgently need your solution and are more likely to be early adopters. Enterprise level companies may be harder to sway because of internal processes and bureaucracy, but this is where your go-to-market strategy can shorten the enterprise sales process. It's all dependent on your go-to-market offering. At the end of the day, whether you choose ABM or lead generation, it's all about balance. So your lead gen efforts should go hand in hand with your ABM strategy. Both approaches are tools in your demand generation toolbox, each for specific jobs. Integrating ABM and lead generation strategies. You can for sure blend ABM and lead generation strategies to get the best of both worlds. This way, you're not only going after those big important accounts, but also reaching out to a larger audience. It's similar to playing both chess and checkers at the same time. Some of your new business will require a more strategic chess-like approach, which calls for ABM, and lower tiered business will require less marketing touch points to convert into a new closed deal, which you can use lead generation for. Now for the tactics. Ready to boost the value each visitor brings? Here are 3 simple steps. Leverage webinars and online events. Focus on creating and sharing insightful, actionable content through webinars and online events, as well as video. This showcases your expertise and builds trust with your target audience. And let's not forget about the power of video in webinars. In previous times, large B2B sales were driven by trade shows and face-to-face business meetings. But the B2B world tends to be way slower than the B2C world. So webinars, videos, and online events help us bridge the gap we now face in this digital environment. B2B sales are highly people-to-people based. Tools you can use for your online webinars are Zoom webinars or GoToWebinars to host your events. You can also post video on YouTube. Also consider using Google Slides for sharing presentations and documents. Tactic 2, tier and engage your accounts. Sort your potential customers into different levels based on how important they are to your business. Then tailor your approach for each level. And now for the tools. Salesforce and HubSpot CRM are great for organizing and keeping track of your accounts. And finally, you can combine ABM and lead generation strategies. Mix your focused ABM efforts with broader lead generation activities. This way, you can cover all bases from the big players to the wider market. Tools you can use for this include trying out Demandbase for ABM and Marketo or Apollo.io for your lead generation campaigns. And there you have it, the strategies to propel your B2B company to new heights. Remember, the path to growth always comes down to having a better understanding of your customer journey. For more insights and strategies, make sure to hit the like button and let me know in the comments of what type of content you would like to see next. And until the next time, keep building.